All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tactical Manager TV. Today, here we have a very special guest, Paxten Aaronson, new signing from Philadelphia Union, right, for this season. Paxten, thank you very much for being here with us. Welcome to the channel and congratulations. Very young age already at the MLS.
Thank you, thank you. Awesome to be here, and thank you for having me.
So, Paxton, quick question for you. I'm going to go very quickly with this, not going to take up much of your time. We know a lot about Brenden, obviously your brother, Brenden Aaronson. We've seen him play for 2 seasons already and now make a move to Europe. What is your preferred position? Do you play as an attacking midfielder, central midfield? Do you play wide? What's your preferred position? Or where do you play mostly?
I mostly play center attacking mid, like in that 10 role. But if we change formations, I know a lot last year when we would go to the 4-3-3, I sometimes played on like the left or right wing. So, or we switch to the 4-2-3-1, I can play on one of the mids. But my preferred position is the 10, the center attacking mid.
So it is similar to your brother then. You don't play more as a center because I've heard that you played at times a little more of a center mid, but it seems like you're more of an attacking midfielder too.
Yeah. That's mostly my preferred position and where I mostly play.
Which that brings us to the second question, which since I haven't been able to actually watch you so far since you were playing the academy before. If you had to compare it to your brother's playing style, would you say you guys are similar? Is there anything different? Is there any strength in your game compared to his? Any strength on his game compared to yours? What do you guys have in common or different?
I mean, there's definitely similarities just because we've been brought up by like the same club, and my dad both trained us and kind of worked on the same things. So like our technical abilities are both high, and like our passing and our IQ. But like when we were younger, my dad mostly just focused on like first touch things, passing. We didn't really get into like the finishing dimensions. And then when Brenden kind of reached the top, that's when he really started working on it. So I kind of gained a little more experience when my dad started working with him a lot on the finishing. I was kind of 3 years younger and then I was already ahead since I was practicing that with him. So I'd just say like the ball striking, that's like one of my better things, I guess you could say, just because I've worked on it so much with him, and his has gotten better over the course of a year, you can see.
Mm-hmm. So you're better than your brother.
No, I never said that.
I'm joking. But he's a fantastic player, and I'm looking forward to seeing you play this season. I know you're very young, but I can see you starting to get some minutes there on Philadelphia Union, and hopefully having a similar path to becoming a U.S. men's national team player one day.
Yeah, hopefully
and
that's
now,
the goal.
Which brings it to the third question here. What are your current thoughts on the current U.S. men's national team generation, which is a very young generation? And are you optimistic? I'm not saying for you to tell me I'm going to be in the 2026 World Cup. Don't need to go there. I'm not going to put that responsibility on you, but hopefully you do. But do you think this could be a team to possibly make it to the semifinals of the 2026 World Cup or fight for a championship with all the prospects we have going? What are your thoughts on it? Just
I mean, it's obviously a really, really young, exciting group to watch, and just like for me, like a younger kid, like you see the clear pathway and you're like, wow, like this gives me and like a lot of other younger kids around the league like a chance. You see like a lot of the young like Gio Reyna's like just thriving in Europe. So I just think it's a really exciting time, and for US fans, they should be really excited for like the upcoming games and the upcoming tournaments, just because it's like a super exciting youth team and you can just build that and keep that core through however many years you need. And for the 2026 World Cup, I mean, it's kind of hard to judge, because the World Cup's the World Cup. Like, anything can happen. But I think it's definitely going to be an exciting group. And, yeah, I think for sure they have the talent to make a really good run.
And Paxton, correct me if I'm wrong, you're 17 right now.
Yeah, I just turned 17.
Yeah, you're actually going to still be very young at the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
You're going to be roughly 23. So you're still going to be very young. And so, yeah, I agree with you on what you said about the team. Would you agree that it's maybe maybe not the best generation ever? Only time will tell. But would you say it's a generation that has the most potential we've ever had, most likely?
Yeah.
My opinion, yes.
Yeah, for me, it's a yes, too. Just all the young potential, and all the young players on the team are already making moves in like Europe at the highest levels. Like, you've seen the Champions League, all the U.S. men's national team players like playing in the Champions League, and that's kind of like never been done. Like, it's definitely been done before, but not at such young age, which makes it super exciting.
And playing a key role. Like, Pulisic plays a key role. Weston McKennie plays a key role. Tyler Adams, Serginho. Anyhow, that's off topic. This is a question. This one's all about you now. If you had to choose one European league for you to play in the future, which one would it be and why? And if you're comfortable answering this other question, is there a specific team you dream of playing one day? If you want to answer that one, because you might not want to answer that one.
Yeah. For me, I mean, like growing up, I always used to watch the Premier League, but like the league I'd want to most play in, like that suits me the best, I think, is the La Liga, just because like I really, really like the style of soccer they play and like how quick and one touch and like how technical like the league is all around, and just the soccer, it's like really beautiful to watch. And then getting to the club, like I'm a really big Messi fan, so like Barcelona, and I've always like supported Messi since I was super young, and I just think the way Barcelona, they're not as good as they used to be, obviously, but like the soccer, I'd love to go there and play. Like that's my dream club.
I'm glad you actually responded to that. A lot of the players are afraid of saying it because let's say a couple years from now you get an offer from Real Madrid and then someone's like, "Oh, this guy wanted to play for Barcelona." It's like, "Yeah, but he's professional. Who cares?"
Yeah, but
if you go to Real Madrid, you're going to give 110%.
I know, if the offer comes, like you're going to go to any club you want.
Exactly. You got to be a professional player. You're always going to have the team that belongs to your heart, but you're going to play wherever they want you.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're saying in regards to playing style. Since you and even your brother, you're more of a – it's not really about physicality. You guys are more technical players. You want to go to a league like La Liga, where Premier League is a very physical league. Bundesliga is very physical. But that one definitely fits you better. So let me go here to another one. Is there a player, a veteran retired player, or any player that you look up to or you have looked up to? He can be retired, current player, any.
Well, obviously Messi, but I always liked just Coutinho when he was in his prime at like Liverpool, because like Liverpool's my favorite Premier League team. So I'd say like Coutinho since I was a youth, but just because like the way he moves, like the flicks he does, and just his technique on striking is just like incredible. So I'd say like from a youth, I always looked up to him at Liverpool.
And just to point out one thing, if your playing style is very similar to your brother, which based on what you're saying, you guys probably play a very similar way. And I mean, your brothers too. So physically also similar. When I scouted Brenden a little bit, we made a video about Brenden Aaronson analyzing him. Yeah. And the way he runs, the way he kicks the ball, the way he puts the through balls, it reminds me like Kaká. And I'm not putting that pressure on him and say Brenden Aaronson is the new Kaká. That's not what I'm saying. Just if we want to visualize it, if you're similar to that, probably when you're playing, running, passing the through balls, the long kicks, you probably look like Kaká playing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that. Yeah, just like the ability, just and how he kind of moves.
The style of play. It's very similar. And I watched a lot of videos of Brenden in a couple games from Philadelphia Union this season, and I've always seen it that way. And if any of you ever get to the same level as Kaká, holy smokes.
I know. That'd be incredible.
The US could use that. The United States could use that for sure. Last two questions to finish up this quick interview with you. Do you watch South American soccer, and do you have a team there?
I don't watch it like live games, but I do watch the highlights because my TV, like the channels, it doesn't really get South American. But I went to Brazil like a year ago today with the Philadelphia Union, and like ever since I went there, I just kind of like fell in love with like just like how valuable they treat soccer, and just like we had a lot of freedom there. So we competed in 2 tournaments. We played against like Sao Paulo, Palmeiras, and like all these top Brazilian clubs. So it was just like eye-opening, and I enjoyed it a lot. So when I came back here, I started like appreciating Brazilian soccer, and like I followed the league. But I just like Sao Paulo since we kind of stayed at their facility, and it was just awesome.
I'm actually Brazilian American. I grew up in Brazil.
Really? Yeah. It was awesome there.
I'm a Palmeiras fan.
Really? Yeah, we played them. I think we tied them like 2-2, something like that. They were really good.
That's a strong academy.
Yeah, they were really good.
Well, you might have played. Did you play against Gabriel Veron?
Does he play for Palmeiras?
Yeah, he just moved to the senior squad. He's expected to go to Manchester United. He's a big name right now. You might have played against him.
What position is he?
He's a winger.
Oh, is he like kind of little?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, he rainbowed my center back. Yeah, he was really
so
good.
Guys, Paxten Aaronson actually played against Gabriel Veron, the player that was the U17 World Cup's best player. Yeah, that's fantastic. We're making a video about him too, because I'm a Palmeiras fan. I'm talking to people there. That's
Yeah,
very
that kid was
interesting.
good. That kid was good.
Yeah, he's in the senior squad now, just like you. You moved to the senior squad of Philadelphia Union now.
Yeah, it's
Last but
crazy.
not least, last but not least, can the MLS outgrow Liga MX and the South American leagues eventually? Do you think it's possible one day, or you think it's just going to kind of stay how it is, a competitive league but not grow too much? Because
I
you're
mean,
growing with it, so you would know.
yeah, I mean, I think like over the years you see like the growth of the MLS. Like it's definitely gotten way better, and like bigger names are obviously coming to the MLS. Just like not like for they're coming for retirement, but you see like when Pity Martinez came, and like a lot of these Argentinians are coming like earlier
Mhm.
into their careers. Like even Miguel Almiron came, so I think it definitely has the potential to grow out Liga MX. Just with I don't know. I just have seen like a pattern over the past years, and if it keeps at that same rate, I think it definitely can.
It's definitely I don't know the numbers, so I might be saying something very stupid right now.
Yeah.
But the MLS is likely the league that's growing at a faster pace right
Hmm.
now. I don't know when it will hit a wall, but it's growing. I agree with you. I think it will surpass Liga MX eventually.
Yeah, I don't know
Um,
about the Argentinian and Brazilian leagues, but definitely Liga MX, I think.
those two leagues are different. They're hard to pass because you see players like Gabriel Veron coming up and all
Yeah,
these young guys, and eventually those leagues sell them for 50 million,
I know.
something crazy. So they get a lot of money, but I'm hoping the MLS grows to a point where players like, let's say you go abroad, the transfer fee gets higher
Hmm.
because they're so cheap right now. The players in the MLS, and Europe has been abusing of that right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But Paxton, is there anything else you like to add? Anything before I close the episode?
No, just thank you for having me on.
All right, Paxton, thank you very much. We wish you the best of luck at Philadelphia Union this season. And at the end of the season, when Philadelphia Union wins the MLS and you win the MVP award, come back to the channel.
Thank you, for sure.
Thank you very much. Also, good luck to your brother in Europe on this new step with Jesse Marsh there. Hopefully, it works out very well too.
All right, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you very much, Paxton.
It was awesome. Thanks.